So let's talk about living in radical alignment. Because here's the thing. If you're on a path of higher consciousness, if you're exploring your own expansion and healing journey, then you've probably already figured out that the path isn't a straight line. It's not even a smooth ride. It's a process of moving through thoughts, emotions, and contrasts, or better yet, letting them move through you. And that process, it requires something more than surface level awareness. It requires radical transformation. And that's where the radicals come in. This framework is something I developed on my own path, not because I set out to create a system, but because it revealed itself to me as a powerful way that we can all return to our natural state of well-being after my big enlightenment experience. These were the concepts I practiced to navigate my own expansion. Concepts that, looking back, seem to be universal pieces of the puzzle for anyone on this journey. And if you're here, I bet you're on that path too. So let's dive in. So everything is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your experiences, even your resistance to what is, that's energy too. Radical energy is about recognizing that nothing is stagnant. Everything is in motion all the time. The question is, are you aware of it? Can you sense when you're stuck? Can you sense when something outside of you has affected you? Can you move it, shift it, or expand through it? This is where the journey starts. So if you can become aware of your own energetic state, you can start to consciously direct it and align it. This one can be tricky because being honest with yourself, truly, deeply, radically honest, is uncomfortable. Radical honesty means no sugarcoating, no bypassing, no telling yourself stories that keep you safe. It's about eliminating negative language that's keeping you separate from your true self. And it's about looking at where you're out of alignment, where you're resisting, and where you're making excuses. And guess what? That's hard, and it can be challenging. But without it, there's no expansion. Now here's the paradox. Radical honesty means seeing things as they are, but radical acceptance means being at peace with whatever you see. It doesn't mean tolerating toxic patterns or giving up on change. It means releasing resistance to the contrast you dislike and releasing attachment to the contrast you do like. It means understanding that whatever you're experiencing, internally or externally, is part of your expansion. Everything is happening for you. And when you stop resisting what is, or stop being attached to things being a certain way, something incredible happens. Space opens up for something new. Now, this one is often misunderstood because radical empathy isn't just about understanding others, it's about understanding yourself. Can you hold space for your own contradictions, your own fears, your own wounds? And can you meet yourself with compassion even if you're feeling like you're a mess? Because here's the thing, you can't extend true empathy to anyone else if you haven't done the work internally. And when you do, that's when everything shifts. Life is contrast. Light, dark, expansion, contraction, knowing, and the unknown. Radical balance isn't about avoiding the extremes, it's about integrating them. It's about allowing in all of the highs and the lows without attachment. It's about knowing that contrast is part of the human experience, and the more balanced you are within, the less those extremes control you. This one's big because we all want freedom, right? But real freedom comes with responsibility. Radical freedom means owning all of your choices, your thoughts, your emotions, and your energy. It's all yours to navigate, and no one else can do it for you. And that can be both liberating and terrifying, because once you claim that kind of personal responsibility, there's no more room for blame, no room for excuses, but that's the price of true expansion. And believe me, it's worth it. Now here's the thing. The radicals, they're a package deal. You can't have radical honesty without radical empathy. Otherwise, you'll bulldoze yourself and everyone around you. You can't really have radical acceptance without radical balance. Otherwise, you might mistake surrender for stagnation. They all work together. And the more you explore them, the more you'll see this isn't just a mental exercise. This is a practice, a new way of being. So if this resonates with you, take a moment, sit with it, and feel where you are in this process. Because your expansion, it's already happening. The only question is, how deeply are you willing or ready to engage with it? And if you want to go deeper, you're in the right place. This is just the beginning. I'm going to be creating videos diving into each of these radical concepts, how to apply them, what they look like in real life, and how they can completely shift the way that you experience your reality. So if you're ready to explore radical energy, radical honesty, radical acceptance, and more, make sure you're subscribed. You won't want to miss what's coming next. And have a beautiful day.